sector, allowing farmers to sell their produce beyond government-regulated wholesale markets where growers get a minimum price from the government. Farmers say this paves the way for the government to eventually withdraw state support, and 11 rounds of talks between the government and farmers had failed to break the deadlock.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks, looking in more depth today at the apparent disappearance of Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai. In a country that has not yet had much of a Me Too moment, she seemed to spark one several days ago when she claimed on social media that she had been sexually assaulted by a senior Chinese Communist Party official. First, the claim disappeared from social media platforms, then she disappeared from public view. James Miles is China editor of The Economist newspaper.
This comes at a time when the environment is highly uncertain for a number of people. Celebrities in China, 2 or 3 have disappeared this year, a couple of actresses without clear explanation, private entrepreneurs. These are tense times. And you have to bear in mind also that we're building up to a difficult and tense time in China's politics, preparing for a Communist Party Congress next year at which Xi Jinping is expected to be given another 5-year term as Communist Party chief. So I think it'll be extremely difficult to pin down what exactly has happened to Peng Shuai unless we actually get to see her and talk to her, which may not be very likely in the near term.
The head of the Women's Tennis Association is questioning the legitimacy of an email purportedly from Peng Shuai telling sports organisers that everything with her is fine. With FSN Spotlight, I'm Simon Marks.
To recap our top stories, Austria will go into a full national lockdown on Monday after a huge surge in COVID-19 cases. Germany is warning its citizens of a difficult month ahead, with leaders meeting to discuss steps to control fresh COVID-19 outbreaks. Around 150 British troops will be deployed to Poland's border with Belarus to help address the migrant crisis. And India's government will repeal 3 controversial farm laws brought in last year. That's the latest feature story news. Chris Jones reporting.
I can't believe Melani ruined the morning show and it's not even here. Boo. Boo. I hope he's driving. Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7. You've got Scott with you this morning and Mr. Philip Dutton all the way from Addie, live from Addie. I've never said that before.
Nobody's said that before.
Nobody's ever said that before. Where are you broadcasting from? Addie, Washington. Huh? Where? All right. Yeah. So it looks like you've got your own personal movie theater.
Yeah.
All right. From your theater. Looks good. You look good. It sounds good. That's awesome. I didn't think they had the internets there in Addie.
No, it's brand new.
It's brand new internets. All right, man.
Just learned about the World Wide Web.
We're a little late this morning, but so is your Chihuahua School District, running 2 hours late. Us only about 10, 15 minutes, so not too bad. All right. Seems like as I get older, the shows get shorter and shorter. Huh. Must be hard to get up for Scott. Let's start off with a little weather because it is kind of ugly out there, 41 degrees. Could hear the boys out there driving the plows real early this morning. Thanks for that. I woke up and I could hear the trucks on. Oh, yeah, snow day downtown. But that's hard work. So round of applause for all the guys driving in their trucks. I hope you're rocking out and this morning with us. And if you drive by, you can toot your horn. There we go. All right. 26. Let's see, 41 and 26 today. We've got showers this morning, becoming partly cloudy later. High of 41. Chance of snow 50%. Partly cloudy this evening, then becoming cloudy after midnight. Down to 26. Going to make those roads really, really slippery. All right. Saturday, 37 and 28. This is winter weather, folks. 16% chance of precip. Just a 10% chance for Sunday with a high of 40, overnight low of 24. This snow we got here in Chihuahua, maybe 4 inches, going to stick around for a while. How much did you get in Addie?
Yeah, roughly that. Maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
Maybe like an inch.
I didn't go out with my ruler, so
No, neither. I eyeballed it too.
I went out to throw out the trash before the trash truck comes today, and I just noticed it looked like about 5 inches on the lid, and it was really heavy. I almost called for help. All right. So up on the Facebooks and the YouTubes, it's got our morning show fodder, and it says guest day. We're missing Mr. Melani. He is running 2 hours late too. He said it's really messy up here for driving, and then he needs to take his time. And and he said, plus I woke up late. So there you go. A round of applause for Mr. Melani. All right.
Where's he coming from again?
He's coming from Kettle Falls, so he's got a little longer trip.
Oh yeah, that is pretty far.
Yeah, and kind of hard for him to do it from home and then get to work. So he usually does it from work. So, all right, we made it through that stuff. Couple news headlines I saw this morning. Everybody gets so angry about Wheel of Fortune. I don't understand this. Why is it a big deal? So when there's a typo or something in Wheel of Fortune, I guess it's because it's spelling. And that's what the game is about. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, I didn't know that show was still on.
So when I noticed this a couple weeks ago, like Twitter goes crazy when there's a mistake, and people were all upset because the winning, and the person won, and the word was quality craftsmanship, and they forgot the S and on craftsman's. The between the M, the N, and the H. So it was a craftsman hip, and people got really upset about that, I guess. So one of the S's was left out, I guess. So, but I just think it's funny that people get all wound up about Wheel of Fortune. Imagine if we were like Austria. I don't know if you heard it on the beginning of the news. In Austria, they're having a COVID surge right now. Mandatory vaccinations for the whole country.
Whoa.
How do you think that'd go over here? Wow.
I don't know.
I
don't like to speculate.
I don't want to speculate about Civil War. Okay. Yeah, wow. The entire country having to be vaccinated. Disney's also in the news. People upset because Disney says profits are down and that on Disney Plus they're going to be showing more adult content. Nobody knows what that means, but I guess there's new drivers at the wheel of Disney, and they're not worried about the brand.
I always wondered how it would go because they, now that they own the Star Wars content and Marvel content. I just recently been rewatching some of the Netflix Marvel content and just thinking about how good it was, that it was a little bit more edgy, I guess.
Yes.
And how that would play out if they tried to do the same thing on, Disney Plus or whatever it is.
Well, they're going to try it.
Right.
It says the edgier side of Disney. And
Punisher season 3, let's go.
That means, what is it, 50 Shades of Grey is moving to Disney. All right. And then other people, pundits and stuff saying this is a very calculated risk for them, whether it'll pay off or damage their brand. And then the next question was, should you buy stock in Disney right now?
Yeah.
I'm
sure
either
if
way.
they can figure a way to make money off of it, they will.
Oh, yeah. Always. It's all follow the trail. There you go. And that's what it is. Profits are down. Let's kind of change what we do and see if it helps. And then they cross their fingers that they don't suffer some kind of backlash for it. All right. Let's move on. Since we're running late today, I think we can do it already. Let's run on to bits and breaks this morning. Philip, I am going to start off with signs you've eaten too much at your Thanksgiving dinner. Okay?
Okay.
All right. A doctor tells you your weight should be perfect for a man 17 feet tall. I've heard I should be around 8'9". You're responsible for a slight but measurable shift in the Earth's axis. Oh, you've added a little wobble to our wobble. And you decided to take a little nap, and you woke up and it's mid-July because now you're a bear. World's fattest man sends you a telegram warning you to back off. Oh, ow. Ow. And every escalator you step on seems to immediately grind to a halt. Oh. And then you realize that's not sweat coming out of your pores. That's gravy. I rushed to the hospital on Thanksgiving, and they went to put an IV in, and all that came out was gravy. That'd be bad. Bad. All right, let's see. What do you got over there? Philip and Addie? Anything good?
Well, the what to say and not say at holiday gatherings kind of goes with your previous thing. Just some icebreaker conversation starters, like
okay, I need
what
help
are
with
your
this.
family's holiday traditions? And tell me about your plans for the holidays. But then, like, you get into some conversation killers, like, when are you two gonna make us grandparents?
Oh, I always whip that one out. When do I get to be a grandpa? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
man. What about so did you get into a sorority? Or so Terry, how's your boyfriend?
It's always iffy.
Yeah.
As well as the one is, when are you due?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's dangerous. All right. So these are for people that stand in the corner.
Yeah, or just don't get invited places.
Okay. What things shouldn't I do?
Those are things you shouldn't do.
Okay. All right. It said there was one at the bottom there. It says, I was trying to lead you there. It says don't.
Oh, how about give advice without being asked?
That's impossible. I got that trait from my mom.
Network at a social function.
I always have business cards in my breast pocket at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting people in your pyramid schemes.
Yes.
What about blab on and on and on?
I do that because I like the sound of my own voice. I mean, it's annoying.
Part of the job.
Part of the job. The one I don't see on here that should be a dead giveaway, pull my finger.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right. Things people have actually said to their children. As parents, we're constantly instructing our kids. Most of the time, we're dishing out simple instructions such as move closer to the table, stop touching your sister, get your finger out of there, that kind of stuff. Then there are some things you say to your child that you never ever thought would come out of your mouth once you think about them. In a survey, parents admitted they said these things to their children. First up, you may not drink the jelly. Take the straw out, put the lid on the jar, and put it back in the fridge.
Wow.
That seems like it'd take a lot of work.
Yeah.
Especially if you have the jam where it's actually got, the parts in it. All right.
Yeah, I can see where it looks like juice, maybe.
Huh? I bet you've heard this one before. Hey, we don't stab people in the butt with forks.
How'd you know?
Those aren't worms in your food. Stop kicking your brother. No, stop licking your brother. Oh. Yeah, we don't draw on our sister, and stop riding that baby like a pony. Brothers and sisters, what can you do? All right. Hey, things every woman should quit by 30 because nobody knows women like Philip Dutton.
Oh, man.
This is a bad, that's a really good setup. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Getting her parents' birthday.
Why would that be? Oh, things every woman should quit by 30. Forgetting her parents' birthday. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Making out with their boyfriend at bars for attention.
Sign you might need a new girlfriend. I don't know.
Right. Filling her bed with stuffed animals. Even one is too many.
It goes for guys too.
Carrying a torch for anyone she hasn't seen in the last 5 years.
Do women do that? I think that's more of a guy thing.
Probably. Rebelling against her parents for the sake of rebelling against her parents.
Yes.
I mean, isn't that what parents are for? Rebelling against?
It's like the thing, every bird's got to be pushed out of the nest.
That's right. Let's see. Holding a grudge against anyone who wronged her in high school.
Oh. How come you skip the one declaring an entire gender all jerks? Because that's what they do to us. You skip that.
Oh, yeah. I just said...
You think it was inappropriate?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking.
Let's see. Going to bed without washing and moisturizing her face.
That's probably a thing.
Crushing on a celebrity.
That's probably too much if you're 30, ladies.
I don't know.
Are you lost?
No.
Keep them coming.
Thinking she's got it all figured out.
That never stops. Come on.
Calling her father daddy.
Okay.
Engaging in sibling rivalry.
I don't think that ever ends, especially
No.
around the holidays.
For anybody.
Yeah.
Living paycheck to paycheck.
Huh? What's wrong with that? Thought everybody did that.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. Expecting a man to do all the wooing.
That's right. We need some wooing too.
What's wooing?
I don't know. Let's see. What do we do when we woo a woman? Call them too much? Send them flowers? Buy them little things? Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Just skip the flowers. Skip the flowers for me.
Wishing she had someone else's life.
Oh, that's so sad.
Quitting a job without having a new one lined up first.
Oh, done that a couple times. So you got to check your anger at the door. All right. Let's see. How to win the lottery. This is important stuff.
How?
All right. Richard Lustig has won the lottery 7 times, major jackpots, including one for $1 million. He says it's more than just dumb luck. In his book, Learn How to Increase Your Chances of Winning the Lottery, he maps out 7 strategies. So if you get lottery tickets, listen up. Pick your own numbers. Don't let the machine do it. I thought I heard the most percentage of winners are actually picked by the computer, but maybe that's lower ticket, lower priced, winners, lower amounts. Who knows?
Or maybe just the fact that most people let the machine pick the numbers versus people that pick their own numbers.
Sure. All right. Find out if the numbers you're picking have won before. He says the odds of the same numbers winning again are rare. Play 10 sets of numbers relentlessly. Spend only what you can afford. That's probably a good one to mix in there. Constantly play several different games. Avoid playing birthdays and anniversaries because you'll never play numbers above 31. Huh? I've seen a lot of
numbers in a calendar.
Okay. And if you play scratch-off tickets, pick tickets from the same roll. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That probably increases your odds. Things you didn't know yesterday, Philip. I got a bunch of them. Ear of corn always has even number of rows. Huh.
Nice. Math. Way to go.
Who's the guy who counts that? Japanese farmers grow square watermelons because they stack better. And then the next question would be, how do you grow a square watermelon?
In a box?
Okay, probably. Maybe some open, some kind of frame. Weird.
Yeah.
Square watermelons. I want to see one.
Smart.
All right. Cats can't taste sweetness. I don't know about that because my cat begs for some very specific things. So I kind of wonder about that one. And then who actually talks to the cat? Can you taste this? Is this sweeter than this? Yeah. All right. CPR works best to the beat of the song Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Staying alive, staying alive. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And probably helps if you sing it to them, too. Maybe not. Electric chair, I've heard this one before. Electric chair invented by a dentist. Because they know about pain.
At first, I thought you were talking about the dance.
Oh, man. And honey doesn't go bad. It just kind of gets like clumpy. Lumpy, clumpy. Yeah.
Makes sense. Sugar.
Yeah. Never really goes bad. All right, some Christmas world records, because, right after next week, where Christmas starts, and then it's, 30 days of Christmas.
Yeah, then we can start celebrating 4th of July, right?
Yes. Most lights on a Christmas tree, 194,672, achieved by a couple in Belgium in 2010. Wow, they've held it for a while. Over 194,000 bulbs. Wow.
I wonder if there's a limit on like how big your tree can be.
I imagine it's only as the limit only is your power source.
All right.
Until you start throwing breakers. Really, when you have 194,000 lights, though, what happens when one of them stops working, a set of them or something? It's going to drive you nuts.
Yeah, I just feel like you just add as many lights as you can and hope for the best.
All right, somebody in New York, LaGrangeville to be exact, wanted to beat that, but they did it a different way. They came up with the most lights on a residential property, which is 601,000 lights, over 601,000. That's crazy. Most lights on a residential property. That's kind of like when you go out to, have you ever been out on Indian Ridge, in that Indian Hills there in Spokane around Christmas time?
I don't think so, but is it one of the neighborhoods that participates? Like lots of them participate, put lots of Christmas lights up and stuff.
They do. If you go out Francis headed west, you'll have a turnoff there before you start heading toward Tum Tum to go out on, I think it's Indian Ridge, and you go down there a couple miles, and on the right there's this whole, for Halloween and Christmas, the houses are just go nuts, and it's kind of a nice like place where there's a whole bunch to look at and you can kind of get it out of your system.
Yeah, there used to be a couple neighborhoods like that in Western Washington that we would always drive through. It's always fun to see like the ones that have the, like, you can turn into the radio station and it like is cued with the lights. Have you seen that before?
Oh yeah, that's cool. I always like lights that go to the beat of the music better anyways. Who doesn't?
That's right.
All right.
Go.
What is your biggest I dodged a bullet moment? This was on Reddit. People were asked what is the biggest I dodged a bullet moment. It could be something violent. It could be something simple. It could be dating. Think about it, Philip, because I'm going to come to you for your biggest I dodged a bullet. Well, here's what they had on Reddit, though. When I was a kid, I was hit by a van riding my bike. It just so happened that I couldn't find my bike helmet, so I put on my mom's motorcycle helmet. It's the only reason I lived.
Wow.
Here's another one. As soon as I left the house to go for a run, a drunk driver with a huge truck rammed right into the house going 50 miles an hour. Oh. Somebody says they missed a massive car crash because their wife brought them lunch at work for the first time.
Nice.
And another one, I was almost hit by a cab in New York City. Everyone I saw was jaywalking, so I thought, being 13, it was a good idea to participate. Before I stepped out on the road to my death, as a cab was zooming towards me, a man hauled me back by the scruff of my neck.
Whoa.
Never had a chance to say thank you, and he just walked away. All right, do you have a big I dodged a bullet moment?
One time, when I was at a baseball game, a Mariners game, I was, doing the usual thing, watching the game, but also it's kind of a social event, so there's a lot of downtime, and in between, I was just talking with a friend or something like that, and the next inning had started, and a foul ball got hit straight at me, and the person sitting in the row behind me reached out and caught the ball like inches from my face.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. I bet you were glad, huh?
That was awesome. I was so glad, obviously, but it'll teach me not to ever. I mean, now that they have like security netting and stuff like that, but yeah, stuff like that used to happen all the time.
I bet since you're a baseball fan too, I bet you would have much sooner caught that one yourself, right? Wish you would have been paying attention.
I was kind of like beating myself up afterwards for not paying attention because foul balls are fun to get.
All right. I dodged a bullet. I think it was it last winter or the winter before, going up to the tower site. We were up maybe halfway and unloading snowmobiles and four-wheelers. And I had dropped the trailer and parked out of the way, and went to find a flat spot, because it's hard to park. Everything's uphill going up there, really uphill. And I thought what I found was a flat enough spot. It looked really flat. I had good tires. And we started doing our thing, and I turned around, and this is like 5 minutes later, and my car is coming right at me.
Oh.
And if I wouldn't have turned around, my own car would have taken me out. I've never, I don't think I've ever moved that fast.
Was that sliding?
Oh yeah, it was all on its own going down the hill. I actually managed to, and it's that split second decision. Now you decide, okay, now my car's going down the mountain, and I'm, you know me, I move kind of slow. And it's going down the mountain, and it's past me now, and I'm running alongside of it, and I'm thinking, do I try to jump in? Am I going to slip in the snow and end up under the car and still get ran over? And I made the split-second choice to try and open the door and get in, and I actually got it stopped going downhill backwards in the snow before it slammed into a tree. And I don't know how, because that's all there is up there is trees.
Yeah, that is lucky.
It was, and I probably shouldn't have tried to get in. And there was that question: can you even move that fast to hop in the car while it's moving? But your adrenaline's going, and if you have things that hurt, you kind of forget about it. And I made it in the car seat because after it didn't kill me, I decided I didn't want to lose my car either. I don't have full coverage,
Oh, yeah, it's always a toss-up.
Yeah.
If I can do this, I'll save myself a bunch of money, but if I can't do it, then I will be dead.
Yeah. Or something worse. All
Yeah.
right. And then, I guess I dodged a bullet 3 times. Oh, ow. All righty then, we're going to move on and challenge Philip. I wish Alan was here to pick on you too, or to pick on both of you. But you're all solo today, and I hope you can handle it, Philip. The challenge is yours.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
All right, testing Philip with trivia.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
All right, that makes it scary, right?
Yep.
All right.
Terrified.
I'm horrible about this. Average person does it 20 times a day. 20 times a day. Happens at home. I guess it could happen at work too, but primarily at home. And primarily in the kitchen. 20 times a day.
Opens the refrigerator?
It is. Opens the refrigerator. Good job. Round of applause. Phil, first one out of the box. He gets right. That's a good start. Up for grabs, $20,000 in Monopoly money. All of the people who hold this type of license, 6% are women. What kind of license is it?
License to kill.
No, they all have one of those.
Well, what kind of licenses are there? Obviously, driver's license. That's not it.
You're on the right path, though.
Probably not motorcycle, because that would be too many people to pilot's license.
Pilot license is correct. All right.
Yes!
6% of women have pilot's license. That's not even fair. I wonder what that is. Let's see. Answer wrong and win. These are always tough. You have to give me a bad answer. All right?
Yeah.
All right. You just got to shift your head because it's really tough. Name a food people eat in movie theaters.
Moose.
The first thing that popped into my head was chicken. And then I was thinking how awesome it would be to actually be at a movie theater and have a bucket of chicken.
I have this is kind of sidetracked, but one of my first jobs I ever had was at KFC.
Okay.
And my good friend Eric, we'd always go to the $2 theater in Federal Way, and he'd always come and pick me up from work, and he was always like, "Can you bring me some chicken?" And he would sit there in the movie theater and eat chicken like out of it wasn't a bucket, but it was like one of those little boxes.
Oh no,
loved it.
I'd want to do the whole bucket thing.
Yeah.
All right. Name an animal that uses a litter box.
Squirrels.
Squirrels. I would have went with the moose again.
Yes, moose.
But I wouldn't want to clean it. Okay, what color are polar bears?
Yellow.
Name a sport that a lot of people watch on TV on Thanksgiving.
Wheel of Fortune.
And Sisters Venus and Serena Williams are famous for what?
Astrology.
Their names kind of fit with that. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, good one. Good job. All right, couple more. 2 out of 3 men think they can do this.
Dance.
No. Something you have to have a license for. But probably
Drive?
don't. Say what?
Drive.
No, it's kind of in the vein of that other one.
Drive a boat.
Nope. 2 out of 3 men think they can land a commercial airplane.
Yeah.
I've seen it on TV a bunch of
that.
times. Throttle. That's pretty much all you need to know. There's some pedals on the floor, and you got a throttle.
I mean, autopilot pretty much does it all anyway, right?
Yeah. And then all you have to do when you land is that head between your legs and kiss your butt goodbye, and everybody's covered. Yeah, I can fly a plane. Doctor. At dinner one night, a new acquaintance tells you about his line of work and refers to something called the must. What's he do for a living? The must. It's a tough one.
Sell cologne?
Oh, no. But good guess.
The must. Got me.
It's made from fruit.
Made from juice?
Nope, it's the must is, he's a winemaker. In winemaking, the must is the juice drawn from the grapes but not yet fermented into wine. But who would have known that?
Grape juice.
According to a survey of office workers, 2/3 said this happens up to 20 times a day.
They open the refrigerator?
Oh, that was good. No. This is like really annoying.
Take a break?
Well, breaks are fun. 2/3 says this happens 20 times a day when they work in an office. At least. If you're a manager, it's probably like 80.
I don't know.
You get interrupted by a coworker.
Yeah. All right.
All right. 13 countries have this in common. No more, no less. Some of the countries include Ecuador, Brazil, Uganda, and Kenya. And what do these 13 countries have in common? It's part of the earth, and they all share it. Countries along the equator. That was a tough one. You had to picture the world. He's got the whole world in his hands. All right, these will be easier. You just have to tell me whether it's true or false. 12.
What was the last one?
What?
What was that last one?
I told you, the equator passes through them. Well, that's what they shared in common. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So you didn't even understand my explanation.
No.
Hold on. It's the opposite of applause. All
Hey,
right.
somebody's gonna miss some questions with
Yeah.
Alan not being here.
That's right. That's right. When first introduced in the 1960s, Diet Pepsi was called Patio Diet Cola. True or false?
False.
It is actually true. It was called Patio Diet Cola instead of Diet Pepsi. All right. 12 human beings have walked on the moon. True or false?
True.
It is true. Tom Hanks is the voice of Woody in Toy Story movies, but John Travolta was originally offered the part. True or false?
False.
It is false. You're doing good. Secret Service code name for Frank Sinatra was Napoleon. True or false?
False.
It's true. He did have a Secret Service code name.
Wow.
All right.
Napoleon. That's not very flattering.
All right. So I'm going to give you a riddle, and you have to tell me what I am. All right?
All right.
This is kind of tough, and you can stop the riddle if at any time you think you have it figured out. Try to guess what I am. You'll find me in the middle. I'll give you clues so you can guess the subject of this riddle. I am truly an ingredient in a thing you love to eat, and yet you don't eat me at all. I'm neither plant nor meat. I do not add a flavor. I am not checked for weight, and yet I am in tasty treats as they lie upon your plate. So eat me and enjoy me, though in fact you can do neither. I add nothing much at all, and I don't add calories either. What am I?
That is a tough one.
That is a tough one. It has to do with the pastry.
Donut?
It is. You're the hole in the donut.
Yes.
And you always have been. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Just
okay.
anything has popped in my head. All right. This one will be easier. I rise, I'm beaten down, then I rise again. I'm sometimes brown and sometimes white.
No.
Yes, you are. You're a loaf of bread. In a recent survey, people said relatives are the worst part about Thanksgiving holidays. Preparing the home for visitors is second. What's third?
Cooking?
No. But you were warm.
Cleaning up after dinner?
That's it. Number 3. Cleaning
Yeah.
up after dinner, dealing with the leftovers was number 4. All right. Traveling across America, there are about 164,000 of these in the United States, luckily.
Rest stops?
No, sir. You're warm, though.
Gas station?
Gas stations is correct. Hey, you should always go
Yeah.
with your second guess. Yes. All right, last round here. At less than 0.2 of a square mile, Vatican City is the smallest country on Earth, about a half square mile. What country is second smallest? This is a tough one. You have to be really good at geography to know that.
Second smallest country. Where can I get a clear hint whereby?
No, and I think it'll take way too much time. I'm going to bet you would have never guessed this one. Monaco.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you have guessed that?
No.
Oh, yeah. 43% of Americans call this experience annoying, and it's coming up right around the corner. One of the most annoying things you could ever do in your life, coming up right around the corner.
Oh,
Participating in happens between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Black Friday
Black
shopping.
Friday?
Black Friday shopping, yep. If you're the average person doing this, will take you about 7.5 hours. This is tough. 7.5 hours. It'd be doing something. You're going to fix up something in your home, a particular room, And because of this room, it's going to take you 7.5 hours to paint.
The bathroom?
Yes. All right. A person must be dead for 10 years before they can be honored with what?
10 years before they can be honored with...
The only exception for this rule is U.S. presidents. But anybody else must be dead for 10 years before they can be honored with what?
It's not like a Nobel Prize, is it?
No. It's small. It's maybe by an inch by an inch and a quarter.
I don't know.
A postage stamp. It will be 10 years till we can put you on a postage stamp, Philip. All right. But you'll be famous forever.
Any more?
You need more than that? All right. We'll be back with more than that. Stick around. It's your KCHW morning show. Going to break, a little news, thank a sponsor, and then it's odd news time. Plus, holidays. Birthdays and anniversaries for the city of Chihuahua, which is kind of like a holiday. And a little bit more. It's all coming up. Stand by.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414.
Welcome to 2021 Talks, where we're following our democracy in historic times.
We're going to make transformational changes that are going to lift the people of America to a new sense, born of optimism.
House Ways and Means Chairman Richard Neal spoke in favor of the Build Back Better Act in a session that went deep into the night on Capitol Hill. The $1.7 trillion social spending and climate bill includes provisions for universal pre-K, paid leave, reduced child care costs, drug pricing negotiations, and invests billions of dollars into fighting climate change. Democrat Veronica Escobar of Texas hailed provisions that would help process immigration benefits and protect millions from deportation.
While this is not everything that we have wanted, God, let me tell you, I will take it and run with it.
Prior to the vote, Republican Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy spoke at length, arguing the package will raise energy costs and increase taxes.
Through no fault of their own, good, hard-working Americans are being hurt by their own government. And Mr. Speaker, that's just wrong.
And Congressman Jim Jordan noted inflation is already at a 31-year high.
Thanksgiving turkey is going to cost more. Christmas presents for your family are going to cost more in Joe Biden's America. This bill is so bad.
The Congressional Budget Office predicted the bill will add $367 billion to the deficit over a decade. The CBO projects its enhanced IRS tax enforcement would yield $120 billion over 10 years. The White House says it would bring in $400 billion. More than 230 Republicans from both chambers of Congress are behind a new effort to prevent the Biden administration's vaccine requirement for private businesses with over 100 employees.
Our Congressional Review Act resolution would nullify this overreach by the White House. More importantly, it puts every member of Congress on record. You're either with this type of authoritarian rule or you're against it.
That's Congressman Fred Keller of Pennsylvania. The mandate was temporarily halted by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, but more than 60 health groups are encouraging companies to voluntarily implement the mandate. President Joe Biden hosted his first trilateral meeting with Canada and Mexico's leaders. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau noted their shared goals.
Our highest priority is, of course, ending COVID-19 and being focused on economic recovery, strengthened supply chains.
Canada and Mexico voiced concerns the Build Back Better plan's tax credit would benefit American car manufacturing. The Biden administration rescinded waivers that allowed child welfare agencies in Michigan, South Carolina, and Texas to bypass federal non-discrimination rules if they conflict with the provider's religious beliefs. Civil rights groups argued the Trump-era rules allowed for discrimination. And finally, one day after Congressman Paul Gosar was censured for posting a violent video that depicted him killing Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Gosar retweeted the same video, and former President Donald Trump endorsed the Arizona Republican for re-election. I'm Mary Sherman for Pacifica Network and Public News Service. Find our A-Trust indicators to support transparency and accuracy at publicnewsservice.org.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, November the 19th, 2021. I'm Mike Clifford. Legal challenges are now piling up in Texas over newly drawn congressional and legislative district maps. The latest challenge alleges they disenfranchise people of color.
The Fair Maps Texas Action Committee filed a legal challenge this week on behalf of a coalition of voting and civil rights groups and individual voters. Jerry Vatamala with the Asian American Legal Defense and Educational Fund says despite people of color accounting for 95% of the state's population boom over the last decade, the new maps appear to be drawn to diminish their influence.
These lines are essentially silencing them, surgically removing these communities and adding them with white rural counties to essentially dilute their vote.
The plaintiff's legal team wants a federal court to block the plans from being used and order new maps. Lydia Azuna, president of Texas Against Gerrymandering, says the maps don't reflect the major growth and, in her view, intentionally prevent equal representation, both of the Hispanic community. I'm Roz Brown.
Meantime, Wisconsin's heavily debated redistricting process entered a new phase Thursday when the governor there followed through on his promise to veto new political maps. Ever since Republican lawmakers unveiled the new voting district boundaries, Democrat Tony Evers has insisted they're largely unchanged from the 2011 maps that were considered extremely gerrymandered. Bob Melani is with a grassroots group that's calling for a nonpartisan process. He says Wisconsin voters should keep pressing lawmakers to hold hearings for a bill to create an independent commission.
The train for this year has left the station. Those maps are going to be decided in the courts, but we need that nonpartisan commission now while there's still momentum and awareness.
Republicans who do control the process because of their majority insisted their methods in creating the maps were fair and legal and included efforts to gather public feedback. Now from the newspaper The Oklahoman, Governor Kevin Stitt on Thursday spared the life of a high-profile death row inmate, Julius Jones. Following a recommendation from the Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board, Stitt granted clemency to Jones, reducing the inmate's sentence to life in prison without the possibility of parole. They report the governor's decision effectively canceled Thursday's scheduled execution, the governor announcing that decision fewer than 4 hours before Jones was set to die by lethal injection. The Oklahoma notes, as a condition of granting clemency, Stitt ordered that Jones shall never be eligible to apply for or be considered for a commutation, pardon, or parole, and that means for the rest of his life. This is PNS.
There you go. It's KCHW 102.7, 822. KCHW Chihuahua. You've got Scott and Philip today. I'm going to keep things going for you right into the weekend as we wrap up our Friday show in this segment. Some good stuff here for birthdays. A lot of them. It's going to be a busy weekend for birthday, Philip. First off, we're going to start with, I think it is our only anniversary, and that is for Mike and Deb Sharon having an anniversary. Then a birthday today for Nathan Biancardi, Brittany Arneson. Tomorrow, we have birthdays for Andy Ronnie and Tammy Dorrance. I guess it could be Roney. I might have said that wrong, and I apologize if I did. Then, get this for Sunday. Absolutely crazy. We have a birthday for Kaya Rosenberg, Steve Lane, Joey Locke, Deb Sharon, Brendan Cliffner, Linda Storer, Brendan Baker, and from our chamber, it's Sandy Unmanson. Amundsen. Yes, Sandy. She does so much for our town. Stop in there today. I think on Fridays they're open. I think 9 to 2, 9 to 1. Tell her happy birthday. Then on Monday we have John Cordes and Emily Aiken both having birthdays. Wow, lots of them.
There's a lot of people.
All right. Celebrity birthdays. We'll turn it over to Philip.
Yeah, for Friday we've got Ted Turner turning 83. Meg Ryan turning 60, Jodie Foster turning 59. Sliding over to Saturday, we've got President Joe Biden turning 79. Bo Derek is 65. And Joel McHale 50. And then over to Sunday, we've got Goldie Hawn turning 76. Michael Strahan is 50. And Jenna Malone is 37.
All right. Let's go on to history. I like to call it happened today. 1863, President Abraham Lincoln delivered his Gettysburg Address. That's right, 19th of November. Also on this day, 1965, Kellogg introduced the pastry called Pop-Tarts. We played the song yesterday. Put butter on a Pop-Tart. 1969, Apollo 12 astronauts Charles Conrad and Alan Bean made man's second moon landing. 1990, pop group Milli Vanilli. I get, you know what, the one thing they did that was the best was coming up with that whole chest bump thing. They were stripped of their Grammy Award on this day because the duo did not sing at all on the Girl You Know It's True album. Session musicians had provided all the vocals, and later they tried to come out with their own album, and they can't sing. All right.
Yeah.
97 in Des Moines, Iowa, Bobby McCaughey gave birth to sextuplets in the second known case where all 7 babies were born alive. It would go on to become the first set of septuplets to survive infancy. 2004, let's see. Okay. In one of the worst sports brawls in U.S. history, Ron Artest and Steven Jackson of the Indiana Pacers charged into the stands and fought with Detroit Pistons fans. It was a classic melee. Officials called the game with 45.9 seconds left on the clock, giving the Pacers a 97-82 win. All right, who attacks fans? 2008, Ohio man indicted indicted on a felony possession of cocaine charge. His name, Al Caponio Morris. Wow. And 2019, LeBron James hit 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists as the LA Lakers beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 112-107 to become the first player in the NBA history to record a triple-double against all 30 teams. Wow. All right, a little bit of history from Saturday the 20th. Drew Barrymore became the first 7-year-old to host Saturday Night Live in 1982. All right. Wow. In 1984, on the 20th, cooking at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in New York City, company president Edward Rensi flipped McDonald's 1 billionth hamburger. The first one had been sold 35 years and 11 months earlier, and they still have it. 1985, Microsoft's Windows 1.0 is released. And somewhere, someone is still waiting for it to boot up. 92, Queen Elizabeth's weekend home, Windsor Castle, was heavily damaged by fire, but no one was hurt. Neighbors helped the Queen and Prince Andrew save most of the royal treasures. Most of the royal treasures. 2005, a housewife in Japan reported that she had turned the dishwasher to run just before leaving on a 21-day vacation to visit a family member in another city. When she returned, the digital display on the dishwasher showed it had run not once, but 459 times. But that was a big water bill.
Better catch it.
In 2017, Atlanta's Georgia Dome, once the world's largest covered stadium, destroyed in a controlled implosion. That was really, really cool. That was 2017. And then history for Sunday, 1877. It was November 21st when Thomas Edison announced his invention of the phonograph, a machine that could record sound and play it back. 1969, first ARPANET link was established. ARPANET, Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, precursor to the Internet. 1980 Dallas episode, Who Done It? Who Killed JR? Aired on U.S. television, the highest-rated episode of TV ever. 1995, Toy Story released as the first feature film created completely using computer-generated imagery. It was astounding. Man, they did a good job on it.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, 1985, British Airways Captain Rex Gravely received a Royal SPCA plaque for diverting a jumbo jet 1,000 miles to save the life of a small dog named Louise. When the jet's cargo hold overheated, 200 passengers voted to divert the Houston to London flight to Boston to save the dog. Let them vote. What if everybody on the plane would have said no? And the poor lady and her dog.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do? Like,
That's
pilot just takes the plane where it wants.
Kathy McCulkin of Jackson, Tennessee in 96 cooked her Thanksgiving turkey a week early, and she may not have been the only one. Kathy was one of 40,000 people who got a free 1996 calendar from the county hospital that showed Thanksgiving a week early. Let's see. We're going to skip that. It's all depressing. And here we go. 2019, Elon Musk launched Tesla's electric Cybertruck with shatterproof windows that, when demonstrated on stage, shattered. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh. All right. Special events through the weekend. Philip.
Oh, yeah. We've got... let me get back. We've got Have a Bad Day.
No, thank you.
Play Monopoly Day.
Good day to stay inside.
Equal Opportunity Day. International Men's Day.
Yes.
International Stand Up to a Bullying Day.
Yes.
Blow Bagpipes Day.
No.
Followed by World Toilet Day.
Oh, flush that away.
Going into Saturday, we've got Absurdity Day.
I can deal with that.
Beautiful Day. National Adoption Day.
That's a good thing.
Universal Children's Day. Family Volunteer Day.
I'm feeling a theme.
Future Teachers of America Day. Hug a Runner Day.
If you can catch them.
Name Your Computer Day.
Huh?
National Adoption Day. Sorry, I did that already. And Peanut Butter Fudge Day.
Wow, that was a lot, man. Wow.
And then on Sunday, we've got False Confession Day.
Go confess to something you didn't do.
World Hello Day. International Day of the Bible. Gingerbread Day, and Pumpkin Pie Day.
Yeah, I think every day probably Pumpkin Pie Day for somebody for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot, but we only have one number of the day, and it's 700, and that's the number of frozen food manufacturing plants in the U.S. Really? And you know that nearly all of them are owned by either ConAgra or Monsanto? Just saying.
Not true?
Yeah, turn over your package of frozen food. It will either be a subsidiary of Monsanto or it'll actually say ConAgra Foods.
Huh.
Yeah. Those people messing with our crops are also making your frozen food. Just saying. Might want to flip it over sometimes. Maybe you just want to eat it and enjoy it and not think about where it's coming from.
Read.
Because some of us can't afford all that good food. Just saying. All right, entertainment this weekend, buddy. Ghostbusters Afterlife. You excited to see the new Ghostbusters movie?
Yeah, after reading about it, I am.
All right. So the last one was kind of a flop. Why do you think this one's going to be better?
This one, from what I've heard, takes place way after the original two, and has to deal with a continuation of a family legacy. So that part seems cool. And I guess they were real careful about trying to have a new story, but also add in a bunch of stuff that people like from the originals. So I'm excited to see what kind of cameos there are and stuff.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Dan Aykroyd, actually one of the writers. of the script. So there you go. So he's definitely got some firsthand knowledge for that. Stars are Finn Wolfhand, McKenna Grace, and Carrie Coon. I don't recognize any of those names.
Carrie Coon's an amazing actress, and then one of the Finn character, I'm pretty sure, is one of the kids from Stranger Things.
Okay. And then it looks like Sigourney Weaver. So we got some big cameos going on here. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts. Let's see anybody else. That looks like all I recognize on there. Wow. Going to be a big show. Also opening this weekend, movie on King Richard, one called Come On, Come On. I didn't click on that one. The First Wave, and then I saw a mask, and I thought, ooh, aliens, and I clicked on it. Actually, a COVID documentary that they say is really, really good, and deals with what first responders had to deal with during the first wave of COVID. Then a movie called The Feast. Sometimes I like them. If they're too gory, I don't, but I clicked on it. And filmed in Welsh, the picture shows a young woman serving privileged guests at a dinner party in a remote house in rural Wales. The assembled guests do not realize that they are about to eat their last supper. Yes, it's the feast.
Ominous.
Yes, very ominous. That's why I had to do it. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, like, their brother.
No, it wasn't that bad, but definitely kind of creepy. Let's see. From the world of entertainment, we got a few more things. Netflix to produce a 10-episode comedy series set in the last Blockbuster video store.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So it'd be kind of like The Office.
Like salting a wound, kind of.
Yeah, poor Blockbuster. Last Blockbuster in the world, and Netflix teaming up again. Randall Park from Fresh Off the Boat will star in the comedy series set in the video store. Variety magazine said the show will explore what it takes, more specifically, who it takes for a small business to succeed against all odds. Real-life Bend, Oregon Blockbuster owner Sandy Harding said she hasn't had any contact with Netflix or the producers. She just learned about the upcoming show last week on social media. She said she'd love it if the crew came to Bend to see how the store really runs and shoot some video there. It is the last.
Sure, she would love it.
Last Blockbuster. All right. Let's see what else I saw on here. Something that I thought you would like. Venom. You're into those movies, right? Kind of like the Marvel superhero stuff.
So yeah, some. I mean, lately it seems like every new one I'm a little bit more disappointed with.
Ah, all right. Let There Be Carnage will be arriving before Thanksgiving. That's perfect. For the new Venom movie, Let There Be Carnage. All right.
Yes.
They're even going crazy with the movie titles. NBC's star-studded lineup for the Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting special. Let's see, what does it take place? They don't even give a date in this story. Oh, December 1st. All right. The network NBC just announced details about the annual lighting of the Christmas tree in New York City and its accompanying live telecast. Let's see, it's hosted by Savannah Guthrie, Hoda Khatib, Al Roker, Craig Melvin. A 2-hour Hardy special features festive performances by Alessia Cara, Harry Connick Jr., Mickey Guyton, Nora Jones, Brad Paisley, Rob Thomas, Carrie Underwood, and more. All right, big music show. And then SNL to wrap up 2021. 7-time Grammy Award winner Billie Eilish will pull double duty for her Saturday Night Live host and be the musical guest on December 11th for the last one. Paul Rudd will host SNL for the 5th time on December 18th. And Charlie XCX will perform as musical guest for the 2nd time during the December 18th show. All right. I love Saturday Night Live. You a fan of that show?
I am. I kind of go through waves where I will watch it all the time, and then I'll take a break for a little while. I think, you know how they come like waves of comedians, sort of?
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes me a while to get used to the new ones.
Musical guest last week was Taylor Swift, and it was horrid. Okay, the girl can sing, but she did like one of her songs where she's burning one of her ex-boyfriends. And the song's like 10 minutes long. In fact, when they went into news, they started making fun of how long the performance was. I mean, those were the first jokes. And you think during the song, probably at least 4 or 5 times you think it's over. I mean, the crowd actually starts to applaud because they think it's over, and then she starts singing again. I have never seen such a long live performance on Saturday Night Live. I mean, they had to drop some skits. It was 10 minutes. And you're literally, and it's not a good song. There's parts in it where she sings it beautifully, but it's a story song, and it's one of her I'm too rich and I have too much angst songs. You know? And boyfriend number 25 really upset me. So it was some kind of weird pandering toward Taylor Swift, and I couldn't understand why they gave her so much stage time unless she just took it without telling them. So I'd be curious.
Yeah, maybe it was a condition of her being on, or I don't know.
Yeah. All right, surprise, surprise, surprise. We're going to have a special guest today just in time for Odd News. Who do you think it is zooming in on us? Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
All right, we'll get a fresh weather update. Mr. Al Melani joining us. I'm glad I left your name up on the billboard.
Good morning, my friends.
All right. Glad you could join us. How was the ride down through Kettle Falls?
You know, it wasn't too bad. The bad part was getting out of the driveway. We had probably 6 or 7 inches up there.
All right, but the big truck made it out.
Yep, it sure did.
All right, and you're doing okay?
Absolutely.
Right. I was worried when you weren't there to buzz in at the beginning and that you might be sitting in a ditch somewhere. So
no, sir.
All right, so good news there. Thank you very much, Mr. Lonnie. You know, are you all queued up and ready to go? Because you are just in time for us to roll out some odd news here in a minute.
I think I am, sir.
All right. Talking about money real quick before we get to odd news. Average cost for a Thanksgiving Day feast is expected to jump by 14% over last year. Now, this is according to an analysis by the American Farm Bureau Federation. Organization said the average cost for Thanksgiving dinner for 10 people will be $53.31, or less than $6 per person this year. In 2020, the price tag was $46.90, so it's went up a little bit. I'm still seeing lots of turkeys. You know, there's the big turkey scare, but I'm still seeing them in the stores. Yes, you guys?
Yep, they're still there.
So I don't think I'd wait, though.
No.
All right.
That would be a bad idea.
Do you think I'm pretty safe with the Maria Callender's turkey dinner? Can I wait on that one?
You might have to switch to a pot pie.
Oh, okay. That'll do. No.
It's like Thanksgiving in a pie.
Last week or yesterday we were talking about you can get it in a can.
Yeah, the chicken in a can.
Yeah, a whole Thanksgiving dinner mixed up in a can. They say it kind of tastes like dog food, though. Could be dog food. All right, I have a buddy falls into this category. I mean, it seems like impossible. Over 1 million Americans may have permanently lost their sense of smell to COVID-19. My buddy says he can barely taste anything, he can't smell anything, and it's been 3 months since he had COVID. New research Thursday aims to quantify a life-altering after effect of COVID-19, a lingering loss of smell, also known as anosmia. The study estimates that up to 1.6 million people in the U.S. have experienced chronic anosmia lasting at least 6 months following the coronavirus infection. Anosmia can be caused by different things, including respiratory viral infections like COVID-19, but it took some time before it was recognized as a clear symptom of COVID, one that might even be more common among mild cases. Often the loss of smell is accompanied by a loss of taste, the two senses being closely dependent on each other. Sometimes people can also experience parasomnia, or a distorted sense of smell that can cause everyday scents to smell like trash, sewage, or other putrid odors. So you don't need a bath, Alan.
No, I don't.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Surprise, you have 5 senses. Psych, you only have 4.
Wow. Or what if you lost the sense of taste, too, along with it?
Yeah. Or you can only smell terrible things, is what it sounds like?
Yeah, the parasomnia, so everything smells like a fart.
That would be awful.
Oh, man.
That's like one of those things, like, would you rather have to wear shorts the rest of your life or stick needles in your eyes?
Go with shorts. Studies have estimated that anywhere between 30% to 80% of COVID-19 sufferers can develop some level of anosmia, but research has indicated that almost upwards of 90% regain their sniffer sense in as little as 2 weeks, possibly because the infection tends not to damage the olfactory nerve itself, but the cells supporting it. Since so many people have contracted COVID in the U.S., though, even a relatively rare complication like long-term anosmia can still affect plenty of people. And apparently my buddy, he's kind of getting worried about it after like 3 months and still not be able to smell and taste things. So that'd be kind of sad. He goes, I just had a big glass of my favorite. He told me this the other night, in fact. He goes, I had a big glass of my favorite thing, chocolate milk, and I can't even taste it.
Yikes.
That kind
It's
of
awful.
Yeah. And he was saying, he goes, I don't even feel like eating anymore. And I was like, what, do you have an upset stomach? He goes, no, I can't taste anything.
That could be a blessing in disguise.
It could be, but
He's just like doing a job. Like, give me a plate of gruel.
His wife can serve him anything now.
Yeah. Thanksgiving in a can.
That'd be rough. That'd be rough, especially your favorite foods that you go to. I could see how it. But he's never been anybody that's been fat, so he can't afford to lose the weight. You know.
Right.
All right. So let's see. I think we're all wound up here, and we're gonna head. Who's? No, we'll skip that one. That sounds kind of tacky. And I do like the tacky stuff, but sometimes even Scott says, "No, we can't do that."
Even Scott has standards.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go.
Mostly.
We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid. You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
I still get scared when I hear that. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Alan, do you have an apology for Philip?
I apologize, Philip.
For leaving him hanging this morning?
What am I apologizing for?
Or just being late.
I was confused.
It put extra stress on Philip, you being late. So.
Oh, man. You guys were doing great without me.
Okay. Excellent. Whew, whew.
I was just worried.
I think it's probably a show improvement without me on there.
No. It's all one big joke. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. Goes for all three of us. All right. News attack is where we start right now. The first part is true, and the second part is a big fat joke. It's poorly written. Now, we have you two are set up like Hollywood squares on the camera. Philip's on top. So, Philip, will you start the news attack?
The typical Thanksgiving meal will cost 14% more this year over last.
Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so.
I priced out our family's meal, and the biggest increase will be the KSC Family Pleaser Bucket.
Ooh, Pleaser Bucket. I like that. Alan?
It's thought that up to 1.6 million Americans may have lost their sense of smell permanently because of COVID-19, which for any family member coming to my house for my Thanksgiving dinner is a blessing.
Yeah, that's kind of why I skipped that offer you made me.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the offer and everything, but I'm kidding. If you haven't heard, Thanksgiving is next Thursday, but I thought I'd get a head start, so I started breaking in my fat pants today.
Excellent.
Stretching them out. And add some elastic. Philip?
A survey found that as we grow older, more people are interested in staying mentally sharp and avoiding physical disability than keeping a youthful physical appearance. The folks that took this survey are right. Looking older is no big deal, especially when money can make anyone seem attractive.
True story.
I'm going to need some money.
What is this thing of which you speak?
It's your turn, Alan.
A couple who stole millions in COVID relief funds left a note for their 3 teen kids and vanished, which for the kids sounds like an early Christmas present.
Do you know what their note said?
Bye.
No, we'll be together again someday.
Nice.
Really, parents bilked 19 million in COVID grant funds by using fake companies and dead people.
Oh my goodness.
19 million. And then when the jig was up, they just abandoned their children.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
I hope they were old enough to fend for themselves.
Huh. I don't know. I hope when we finally find them, it's just bones. Like the last guy we had to find. Just saying. That's how I feel. All right. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here?
No.
All right. CVS will close 900 stores. And it's because it's known for the world's longest receipts. The drug chain will also save the lives of 1.2 million trees each year.
Wow.
I thought they were a big deal. They're closing 900 stores. This is like Kmart.
Well, yeah, but when everybody's walking out with free stuff, that kind of happens.
Huh. Wow. Okay. Philip.
National Geographic has selected 25 must-see destinations for 2022. Sorry, shopping malls, you're not on the list.
Still.
Aren't they actually museums now?
Yeah.
Shopping malls?
A lot of them are playlands. You know, they
Right.
turn them into giant places for bouncy houses and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought they were senior exercise centers.
Yeah, and churches.
Speed walking to the church.
All right, Alan.
Amazon has launched its Black Friday deals early. It's perfect timing, too, because I just paid off the credit card from last Christmas.
Yeah, that's why I don't do Christmas. They took away my credit cards.
Yeah. The whole thing.
Yes. All right, let's move on to what we like to call wacky but true. There's no stupid jokes written into these. The entire thing's a dumb joke, but it is true. And our first one is a man who's banned from all-you-can-eat barbecues for eating too much.
Nice.
Chinese food live streamer says he has been blacklisted from a buffet restaurant for eating too much. The man says he was banned from the Hidati Seafood Barbecue Buffet after a series of binges. The man said the restaurant is discriminatory against people who can eat a lot. And he says, I can eat a lot. Is that my fault? He said he didn't waste any of his food, but the restaurant owner said he loses money when the binge-eating live streamer shows up. He said even when he drinks soy milk, he can drink 20 to 30 bottles.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
He says when he eats the pork trotters, he consumes a whole tray of them. And for prawns, usually people using tongs to pick them up, he uses a tray to take them all.
What's a pork trotter?
I don't know, but
I was gonna
sounds
ask,
good.
too.
Get in my belly!
Pork trotters. And could I have 30 glasses of soy milk?
Of course I'm no happy. Look at me, I'm a big fat slob. I've got more sins than a Chinese phone book.
And that's not being racist or anything, because this actually happened in China, so I'm not making a bad joke. So, all right. I like that. Yes, Philip. Did you have a comment?
Oh no.
Did I have you at pork trotter? Did I?
Yeah. I was just busy looking that up.
Did you find out what it is?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. You're up though, Philip, for the next one.
Yeah, while locked up in a scary Florida jail following a DUI arrest, a Florida woman, removed the metal wiring from her bra and used it to damage the cell door in an attempt to escape the jail. While the alleged plot by Susan May Shepard failed, her MacGyver-like ingenuity served a C+ for effort. A corrections deputy reported that Shepard removed the metal wiring from her bra and proceeded to use it to make numerous scrape marks into the glass on the bottom of the holding cell door. Shepard also allegedly sought to crawl out of a small opening in the holding cell door feet purse and had to be directed to pull her legs back into the cell.
I wonder if it was a miracle bra.
Let's go live to the scene, shall we?
I'll swallow your soul!
Come get some.
Come get some.
Well, the guard making her put her legs back in, right? All right. All right, Alan, you go then.
2 American tourists have been fined after breaking into the Colosseum, reportedly to experience the pleasure of having a beer inside the ancient Roman amphitheater. The pair, ages 24 and 25, climbed onto the second tier of the monument in the early hours of Monday morning. They were spotted at about 5:30 a.m. chatting over their drinks by a passerby who alerted police. It's unclear how they managed to enter the monument, which closes to the public at 4:30 p.m. The intruders told police they were just having a beer, but officers fined them $910 for illegally entering the historic monument after hours.
Dang.
That's horrible.
They fell asleep at the bar.
Wow. All right. How about this?
You know, you start believing in this peace on earth goodwill stuff. There's no telling how screwed up you're going to get.
That's right. Go sit in the Colosseum. That's horrible. All right. A Swedish woman was given a fine for throwing a half-eaten banana at a bus driver. Says she almost hit her. Woman said the bus driver stopped just inches away from hitting her and her daughter, whom she was teaching how to drive. Woman said then she got onto the bus to give the driver a talking to when the banana slipped out of her hand and hit him.
At high velocity.
A bus driver had a different version of the story. He said when he stopped to let passengers off the bus, the woman ran on, started yelling at him, and hit him with a banana. He said she hit me right in the face with a heavy banana. That banana all over my tie, my shirt, my eyes, my hair.
Who throws a banana?
And now some action sound effects for throwing the banana. This one might be better.
Oh, man, the $6 million man.
Yeah, the banana. Here's a banana with the rebound. Pretty intense. And then just afterwards, the bus driver.
They're in my hair! They're in my hair! Oh, God! Heaven help me!
I see. There is nothing in your hair. Exactly.
I was merely running a drill.
For the next time somebody gets on my bus.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Philip, you are up, buddy.
Yeah, the borough of Freeport, Pennsylvania hired the only person who applied to be its new police chief, Matthew Feldmeyer, age 58. The town has just 1,700 residents, but the new chief's first task was to hire 2 more officers. The department is budgeted for 3, including the chief. The next day, the borough secretary arrived at work to find Feldmeyer's badge, keys, and handwritten letter of resignation. Mayor James Schwartz Jr. says he tried to call to find out the reason, but Feldmeyer won't take his call. The job paid $53,500.
That's not enough to get shot at. That's probably why right there.
That's it.
A
right
job
there
you
in a
might get
nutshell.
shot at for $53,000. I don't think so. But let's talk to Feldmeyer himself.
I don't like my job, and I don't think I'm going to go anymore.
Oh, okay. That's pretty much sums it up. Mr. Melani, you get today's last story.
But Andy,
I'm sorry.
Attorney Jeffrey Pollack was trying to get into a Pittsburgh courthouse to attend a hearing where he was appearing pro bono. He encountered a security guard who, he says, has been nasty to him for years, refusing to wand him down when the metal detectors alerted to his suspenders. The guard, Pollack says, told him to remove the suspenders or leave, so he removed the suspenders, along with what they were holding up. That got him more metal to wear, handcuffs, and a disorderly conduct charge.
Oh, man.
So the guard arrested him? Oh, man.
If you give up, if you give in, then you're going to end up naked with fear just standing there laughing at your dangling unmentionables.
And that's exactly what happened.
Dangling unmentionables.
And that's your odd news for
Friday.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Stand by for that. All right, that is our show for today. I want to thank you very much. Tonight on the radio, we call it Friday Chill. We start off with some Celtic music. Then we have some bluegrass music for you between 7 and 9. Celtic music at 6. And then at 9, it's the Acoustic Cafe where you can drink some coffee, decaffeinated, of course, and then chill back and relax to some really cool unplugged music. It's the Acoustic Cafe. All happens right here on the Music Education Station tonight beginning at 6. We are KCHW 102.7, and my partners in crime today, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And your names. I'm Scott.
I'm Alan.
I'm Philip.
Are you guys sure? Is anybody really sure?
No.
I'm Scott.
Yeah? Yeah? I'm Scott. No, I'm Scott. All right. You guys have a good weekend. Everybody have a good weekend.
You have a good weekend.
Yes.
Stop it! With both of you, you're so full of it!
They're in my hair! They're in my hair! Oh, God! Heaven help me!
You're gonna get accidentally shot.
Silent breathing people!
I mean, it's hard to get fat on a vegan diet.
I'm not fat. It's all this fur. It makes me look poofy.
Get in my belly! Wow! 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 All I can say is wow!
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light.